Welcome to Bondingoverbourbon. I'm Kat.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're doing a video that is long overdue, and that's a blind of all of the Benchmark product line.
Yeah, so this is technically a double blind. I labeled all the glasses and did all the pours, and then Kat brought them into the room here and shuffled them around every time we added a new set of pours, one for each of us. And then we're basically going to go into it with almost no knowledge. The only thing we have is what's in the glasses, but not which glasses they are inside of. So we're first going to start on this side over here. We're going to write some notes as we go and kind of skip over some of the longer parts to get to the meat and potatoes of the content.
Yeah.
I get like grape on the nose.
I get grape and cherry. It's like a combination.
I could see that. Oh, you're going for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I get a little peanut in that.
I get more toffee.
It may be like peanut brittle for me.
I get baking spice. I definitely get lower proof from it.
Yeah, it does linger. Like you said, with the baking spice, it sits on your tongue for a little while.
Yeah, it's peppery.
Yeah.
And now for the second glass.
That nose is different.
I get on the nose the toffee that I had from the first one.
Yeah.
And I don't get any grape.
No grape, no cherry.
I feel like this has to be the basic one.
A little pepperiness on the nose.
Yeah.
It is. Very thin.
Yep. Also very flat.
Yeah. Kind of like flat cola. So let's try the third glass.
I feel like I know what this is.
This one's more woody.
I've started to say this more and more lately, but I get like Play-Doh on the nose.
You've been saying that a lot.
I know. I never had that note really before, but lately I've been getting it.
I get like wood and nail polish.
Like acetone?
Like acetone. I smelled a lot of it after this weekend.
Not for fun. Cleaning some gunk off of our shower wall.
I also get a little sweetness as well. Just like maybe...
You get like cherry blossom.
Yeah. I was going to say like rock sugar.
I can kind of see that. Let's go for a taste.
It has some proof to it. It has a little hug. Like, not super lingering.
Yeah.
But it does have a hug to it.
It has a richer mouthfeel than the other two.
Yeah. I would say it's probably closer to 100 proof.
Yeah. All right, so on to the fourth glass. I get peanut immediately.
Yeah, a lot of peanut. This smells like an amplified second one to me.
Yeah, I only really get peanut. I'm so tempted to just check the bottom of the glass to validate what I think it is, but I don't want to cheat.
I would say like peanut butter for me, not like peanut skins. It smells like more creamy.
See, I don't really get that. I mostly get like mixed nuts when you get like a big thing of like peanuts and almonds and stuff like that. I get like the roasted kind of peanut smell to it.
Maybe a little caramel.
Yeah, a little bit. You know what this kind of reminds me of?
What?
Old Taylor.
A little.
But not as thin on the nose.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
It's got a lot of pepperiness on the finish.
It does have a lot of pepper. It has a little hug.
I think I'm just immune to it at this point.
Yeah, I don't think you get it anymore.
I only get it on the tongue. I don't really get it on the throat. That's what she said.
Yeah. That's what she said. I always get it like right here. And this one goes like all the way down to my chest.
I think I've just become immune. Sorry, I've done a lot of whiskey tastings. Yeah, there's not a lot to really talk about with this one. I just get peanut, caramel, peppery finish. It's a little on the richer side.
Yeah.
But I If I had to guess, I'd say that this is no more than 100 proof.
Yeah, I would say this and the third one are probably similar in proof, maybe a few points off from each other.
And you know that means we probably haven't hit the full proof yet.
I know.
That one's going to blow you out.
I think I know just by the color.
Yeah.
But
we should probably get black glasses for these next time, but getting 12 glasses at once is a little much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That one, it doesn't have a lot going for it. It reminds me just of like an amplified bass.
Yeah, I'd say that this is like pretty mid.
Yeah. And on to the fourth one.
Fifth glass.
Oh, fifth one. All right, let's go. Oh, that one actually has flavor. This one
flavor on the nose.
Yeah. Flavor on the nose. This one smells like buttercream.
Yeah, it does.
It's totally different.
I think I know what this is. If this is what I think it is, we haven't really had it a lot, but it doesn't really smell proofy. It leads me to believe that this is one of the lower proof items. And if I had to put a guess on it without even trying it, I'm going to say that this is the small batch.
It might be. That's the one we've had the least, and it's been a long time since I had that one as well.
It smells a little milky, more than just buttercream.
I kind of get like wet dog on it.
Same. I didn't want to say it.
I didn't want to say it either, but I was like, is it the glass or is it?
Let's split the difference and say lacto fermentation.
Yeah, will be nice.
Man, I can't unsmell the wet dog now.
I know.
This reminds me of when we had the Beam 7 year the first time, and we're like, wet dog, that's all I smell.
Yeah. It was nice for a second with the buttercream.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like,
gone.
Now I don't want to taste it.
Well, let's go for it. Light toffee notes.
Yeah. The milkiness lingers. It's thin. It's really thin.
Yeah, very thin.
That one isn't my favorite. Now I'm thinking that is the base.
I mean, I don't know. It could be.
It's either the small batch or it's the number 8.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that the second glass and the fifth glass are interchangeable for me. I'm not sure if I think that one is the number 8 or one is the small batch, but we'll see at the end of this.
Yeah. It's so rare that I have the base benchmark.
Yeah.
I usually only have it in like mixed drinks or if I'm doing like Coke and something. So I never think to smell it alone.
We basically never have it at home.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time that we've probably ever bought it.
Yeah.
And that's no knock on the product. It's just 5 of these other ones are better.
Yeah. And we're just not mixer. We're not a mixer family.
I would put money on this absolutely being the full proof.
Yeah, that has to. I mean, just the color.
Granted, there's no ethanol on it anymore.
There's a little, but not like there usually is.
I don't get much on the nose, like at all.
No.
I know that it's higher proof.
It's corny and it's...
Tells bad jokes.
Yeah, the worst jokes.
So a rabbi walks into a bar. No, I'm kidding.
It has a little ethanol. A little grassiness.
Yeah, I get like corn husk.
Yeah. I think you're just immune to ethanol at this point.
Yeah, what is ethanol? Is that the stuff you put in your car?
Okay, are you going in for a taste?
Yeah, let's do it. Without question, that is the full proof.
That's a full proof.
Absolutely, that is the full proof.
It's spicy, peppery.
It's rich.
It's very rich. It lingers on your tongue.
Yeah, this one is definitely coating my tongue. I'm already salivating.
Yeah. Okay. I have my guesses. I don't know if I'm right. I also don't have one of them on here, so
Ooh.
I'm gonna be... Actually, I'm gonna change this one because I think I know.
So, full disclosure, we haven't had all of these paired up against each other before, so this is actually pretty interesting for us. I think that this is kind of eye-opening Some of these we've had in the past and we've like kind of deemed as our favorites. Some of these we've tried once and then just kind of poo-pooed. We're like, we don't, yeah, you know, poo-poo.
Poo-pooed.
You're like, I don't really care for it. It's not going to end up on our shelf, but this is actually kind of nice to be able to compare them all to each other because it's very rare that we actually do like a full product line, with the exception of our features on Shy Spirits guys. But
Yeah.
they're doing great stuff. If you haven't subscribed to them already, they're on Apple Music, Spotify,
anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Yeah, and you can check out their website too. They do like full product lines, and for the most part, they go in blind, having no experience with the pours. So it's kind of nice. This reminds me of doing that with them. All right. Do we want to go with ranks first?
Well, before we get into our ranking, we should also plug our Patreon.
Oh, yeah. We are on Patreon and doing a members only channel for YouTube. We put extra bonus content, some stuff like this. This is the first one that we put out for everyone to see, so you get a better idea of what additional content that we offer that's not just reviews or bourbon hunting videos. We also have a lot of these bottles on our bottle shop, which is going to be bondingbottle.shop. The link will be down here and up below. If you can't get these in your market, we do offer shipping for these. The only 4 states that we cannot ship to is Michigan, Utah, South Dakota, and Tennessee. If you're in those states, I do apologize. If that ever changes in the future, we will let you know immediately. But yeah, so we should do the ranks.
Yes.
See what we think. All right, so let's start with your number 6.
Okay, number 6 was my 5th one. This one, I just got so much wet dog, and the buttercream kind of saved it, but I think it still is number 6 for me.
And that was the 5th one in the order?
Yeah, this is my 5th one, and I predict that it's the number 8. Do you want me to say what it is?
Let's wait until we both put ours up. So my number 6 is actually the second one. Toffee, thin, flat, cola-ish. It's just not enough to really do it for me. I could see myself picking this up if I'm really desperate. I just need like a flask whiskey, something that won't really like break the bank, but will still, just be satisfying enough.
Yeah.
I've put down that I thought this is number 8 for me.
Okay.
What did you think yours was?
I thought mine was number 8 too. Do you want to reveal?
Yeah, so let's start with yours.
Mine is B. This is the bonded?
That's the regular benchmark.
Okay, so I was right.
So you're right. I actually put the same thing. All right. I am wrong.
Yep.
That is the... Wait. Oh, okay, I see. Sorry. That is Top Floor. Top Floor for me just doesn't really do it.
Which is weird. You do usually like the grapey notes, but
sometimes.
Yeah.
I've kind of fallen off with the grape notes for like the last 6 months. I don't really enjoy Eagle Rare as much as I used to, which kind of checks out.
Yeah, same. I also have, so if we move on to our number 5, I have number 2 as my number 5, which you said was the Top Floor.
Yeah, that's funny. So that leads me to believe that my number 5, which I had as Top Floor, is definitely not right. This is the single barrel.
Oh.
This is my favorite typically, and I just didn't enjoy it as much. That is very upsetting for me.
When I started saying the notes and you're like, I don't like it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is the single barrel. So my number 3, do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Sorry, my number 4.
4, there we go.
Is number 4, and that is Bonded and Bond.
Bottled and Bond.
Sorry, bottle. I always say that wrong. Is the Bottled and Bond. So this one, I was getting peanut and caramel. It did have like a little slight pepperiness, but it just fell flat, like a little bit compared to the other ones.
I could see that. I actually put number 5 as my 3rd place. I thought that like the buttercream and the milkiness were a little off-putting at first. the light toffee, it being kind of thin, I didn't enjoy as much on the first pass. But then when we circled back around to it, the cream cheese frosting really kind of did it for me.
That's interesting.
I mean, we don't really get cream cheese in a lot of the whiskeys that we drink, and we don't eat cream cheese at home. I love dairy, but dairy doesn't love me. So this is nice to get the flavors that I can't enjoy in real life in a glass.
Yeah.
I'm scared. I put down that this is small batch, and it's the regular benchmark.
Well, I know what you're drinking from now on.
Well, it's still number 4 for me. Where did I get cream cheese from?
I also got cream cheese on that one,
That's
but
fair.
It was the wet dog that made it my number 6.
Interesting.
So my number 3 is small batch. I'm not surprised. I haven't been a huge fan of the small batch. I got a lot of wood and acetone from that one, and it was slightly saved by like the rock sugar, but it wasn't like overly sweet. And I didn't get like a lot of those like overly oaked like caramel flavors. So it kind of just didn't linger on the palate very long.
Which one was this for you?
Number 3.
Number 3? Oh, interesting. For number 3, I put 4, which is the Bottled and Bond. I mean, I was right on the money for that one. That's about the only one that I got right. Peanut, caramel, peppery finish, richer, like kind of Cracker Jack really kind of saved it. I'm honestly really surprised. I thought that this was going to be lower in the ranking, but here we are.
Good. And then number 2, I know this is the full proof. If I'm wrong, yes, is the full proof. So that one was saved just by proof alone. It had a lot more flavor. It kind of fell flat on the nose, but overall it had a nice like pepperiness and a lingering flavor to it.
Yeah, we were on number 2, correct?
Yep.
I also put the full proof, as my number 2. Again, higher proof, grassy, corn husk, like these are flavors that you don't always get together. The spiciness, the pepperiness, the rich, lingering finish, those are all enough to do it for me.
Yeah.
I think that they're honestly really stellar. I really like it.
Yeah. All right, our number 1. So this one, I really like the grape and cherry notes on it. It did have a slight peanut flavor. So this one is my single barrel. I know that's left. What is your number 1?
My number 1 is the small batch.
Oh.
The small batch is the one that we bought the least because we didn't find it as enjoyable. I guess that changes for me today. I mean, it's just the cherry blossom, the rich mouthfeel, more proof. It's just, I put 95, but there's no way that's possible. How much is the proof on it? It's like 90. It was close.
I think you got in your head a little bit with the labels for this exercise.
Well,
instead of just
I went into the blind tasting with just the notes. The flavors is what I was trying to pick up. I was close to the proof point, which is, I'm still gonna not give myself points for that. I thought that the Play-Doh nose was really off-putting, the astringency. Maybe that's why I've never really liked the small batch. I've always not really cared for the nose.
Yeah.
I feel like the nose on the small batch just leaves a lot to be desired. But like the cherry blossom on the palate, the rich mouthfeel, it drinks a little higher proof than it actually is. And honestly, I'm shocked.
Well, we learned some things about ourselves today.
What was your number 1?
The single barrel.
That was my number 5.
I know.
That's crazy. Well,
this is our top 10 all over again.
Yeah, right. So I guess the single barrel and the small batch are going to be on our recurring shopping list.
Apparently.
And the full proof.
Yeah, of course.
That's fine. I'm fine with the 3 of those being our top 3 of the benchmark line.
You have to keep getting me the single barrel though.
Yeah, I told you it's always going to be in stock here. Anytime we run out of it, we have 1 or 2 backed up already. So, I mean, let us know your thoughts. There's kind of a clear decision for a few of these, but we're both a little split on some. If you've tried them and you have a personal ranking, let us know below in the comments. We're interested to hear your thoughts on this and how they rank for you. If you enjoyed the content, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you've never watched our videos before. We put out bourbon hunting videos a couple times a month, end of month bottle hauls. We do cool stuff, and we've got a lot of cool ideas coming up for the next year.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next time.